You know how we do.
Yes,
But
sir.
I would like to welcome everybody to Leave It on the Court podcast with your host, Jay Don, my little bro, Giannis, where we talk basketball, NBA basketball, everything basketball. I need everybody to go to that YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share. Make sure you check us out on TikTok. Make sure you check us out on Facebook. Make sure you check us out on everything. That's everything, including that X. Also, make sure you here every Sunday at 4 o'clock on Instagram Live to join the live show. With all that being said, Brody, what we got going on? And welcome back. I know we've been gone for a minute. Had a lot going on with personal lives and stuff. But we back on schedule, so let's go.
Yep. So this episode, we're actually going to be getting into the NBA Cup. We're going to talk about this trade market that's getting ready to open up on tomorrow, and we're going to talk about the Chris Paul situation since we get a chance to touch on it last week. Let's
Baby.
start this episode off with me first of all saying what's up to Scott. What up, Will? What up, BBM? Um, NBA Cup, man, on yesterday. The New York Knicks defeated the Orlando Magic 132 to 120.
Mm-hmm.
And then also the San Antonio Spurs beat the Oklahoma City Thunder 111 to 109. Did you
Yeah.
get a chance to catch any of the games, any of the highlights, anything?
Yeah, I was able to catch the highlights and stuff. And
Yeah,
the Spurs and the Thunder game, it was a welcome back game for Wemby. He was coming off injuries. I think he had a calf injury.
cash
Um,
range. Yep.
so he had been out for almost a month, if not a month. So it was a welcome back game for him. He showed up. SGA, man, that man is cold. He's just cold, man. Even though they
It
lost,
is.
dude, it's a cold piece of work, man, for real, for real. But it was good to see a young team like San Antonio come through with a win because people forget this is a young team. These guys been only playing together 2 years as a collective, and including with the rookies. So only really with everybody almost like a year and a half a year maybe because the Aaron Fox was gone for a lot of the last part of the season last year and the beginning of this season. So they only been playing for a couple of months. So to see them come together like this against a team that only had one loss going
Mm.
into going into the game and to see them pull it out, man, it was incredible. This something, you know me, man, I predicted this. I said everybody need to watch out for these Spurs. You know, I gotta put mine in. Pause. Um, I've been saying this Spurs team is somebody you got to worry about. This is not a team that you can just, overlook or come into the game thinking it's just going to be an easy win. Wimby is the real deal, for real, for real. So we gonna see how this goes. If this is this also is a big confidence booster for San Antonio too,
Oh,
because they're able to see that they can hang with the top team in their conference. So that's something you really want them to be having going into the All-Star break and also the trickle on into the playoffs. So this is a big win all the way around.
this was the first time we actually got to see Vassell, Castle, Wimby, and Darian Fox play together.
Mm-hmm.
And
We're getting
when
Harper
they
too.
do, they beat the very best team in the league, the team that was on a 16-game winning streak in Oklahoma City Thunder. A game that was of importance. This wasn't just no other game. It was win or go home. And they sent OKC packing in a very close, good game. Now, Wemby was on a minutes restriction. He only played 21 minutes, but he had 22 points and 9 rebounds. He didn't play any of the first quarter. He came in the second quarter while the Spurs were down nearly 20 points, and the whole game shifted. Whole game shifted. Wemby came in talking smack. he,
Yeah.
he hit him with the LeBron shrug. I think he got fouled. You can see him pointing at Alex Caruso, calling him too small. And I was saying, who is this French dude, man?
Yeah.
It's a
He warned
glimpse.
everybody. He warned us. He warned
Yeah,
us.
man.
He said y'all need to be on alert. It's gonna get real out here. And he's backing
Yeah.
it up, man. Wimby, He's an alien. I just want everybody to know that he's from planet. Um, you just got blocked, so you just need to worry about what this dude's gonna do for the next couple of years. Because if he can stay healthy, and they can keep him on the court, this dude is, it's sky's the limit. Sky's
Guys,
the
remember. So Castle had 22 points. Darian Fox had 22 points. Vassell had 23 points. And as I mentioned earlier, Wemby had 22 points, 2 blocks, 9 rebounds in that victory. Now, this this kind of so there was this thing going on where we thought SGA was going to be the first person to win MVP of the NBA Cup, MVP of the league, Finals MVP, and it was I think the scoring title. It's like essentially giving him one of the most perfect NBA seasons ever, and that was ruined last night by Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs. Now, on the other side, Mister Mister New York himself, Mr. Gully, Mr. Brunson dropped 40 points, 8 assists, and 4 rebounds to rout the Orlando Magic in a 132-120 victory. This sends the New York Knicks to the NBA Cup Finals to face off against the San Antonio Spurs. Also, Karl Anthony Towns had 29 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists. In that victory. Man, even OG Anunoby had 24 points. Dude, can you call it? Can you tell me who's going to be the victor in this NBA Cup Finals, the New York Knicks versus San Antonio Spurs?
San Antonio gonna win the game. I like the Knicks. San Antonio got too much though. What is Cat gonna do with Wemby? Are we being serious? What is Mitchell Robinson gonna do with Wemby? They have. I mean, like, um, I'm on. I hope it's a good game. That's what I hope. I hope that nobody just get their ass whooped or nothing like that. I hope everybody. I hope it's a really good game. But I got San Antonio. Wemby's just different, bro. He's just different. He one of them dudes that don't come along every blue moon, just kind of like drop in here and be like, I'm finna kick everybody ass and deuces. Like he's one of them dudes, like So, I man, I'm on the
The
Wimby
Wemby
hype.
train, huh?
I'm on the Wimby hype train, man. I can't front, man. That dude is
On,
different. Like he don't
on
stop
the,
5 dudes pulling up from the logo and bow, like what I'm saying. It's just like it's different. It's different. So when you got that kind of threat, I put Embiid's defense against Mitchell's defense because he's guaranteed 2 to 3 blocks. We're gonna see 2 or 3 blocks out of Wemby for sure. So I think that Harper, Castle, Fox, all them defenders on Bronson, and Bronson has to have one of them type of games to beat San Antonio. The kind of game he had last night he has to have to beat San Antonio. And I don't think the size is going to permit that with San Antonio's team for him to be able to do that. And Bronson has to be that person every night in order for the Knicks to beat a team like a Thunders or a San Antonio or something. He has to be that. And when you facing all guards, that's everybody 6'5" and up except for the leading point guard. And then when the leading point guard is the top, Mr. Clutch, and the fastest point guard in the freaking whole league.
swipe but no swiping.
It's like what you gonna do. So I like San Antonio in this game. It's gonna be a good game, I hope. But it's a chance that San Antonio can whoop that ass though. Pause.
So this finals game is going down Tuesday night, Tuesday evening.
Oh, I wanted to say something right quick. I don't want to give all this merit to these awards and shit that they giving out with all the he won a cup, this, that. Man, get out of here with that, man. This cup is just about promoting the league, man. I'm not finna put no the word I'm finna put? Emphasis on these championships and stuff with these cups, man. It's just good to see good basketball, no matter what point of the time of the regular season it is. It's just good to see good basketball. But I ain't gonna put too much credence into this cup. I think that people are overdoing it because these players should be playing like this every night. It shouldn't take some extra money and a meaningless trophy for you guys to play like this.
Meaningless trophy. Um, the the way it looks, the way it's going down, like this, it kind of lights a fire. This because if you lose, you go home. You get sent home from Vegas. Remember, you took a whole trip to from wherever you came from New York to Vegas, from Texas to Vegas to come participate in this tournament,
which
essentially.
which is a regular flight to another city on a regular night on a regular game series. A regular, I mean, it ain't too much difference. You made a right instead of a left. I mean, what we talking about?
All I know is I don't want to go home without that 500K and
I mean,
holding a trophy. It's something there. It's something
uh,
there. It's
uh,
something there. Win or go home, baby.
these
And
dudes
that's
make
been
that
introduced
in
to
a
the NBA.
half. The
Huh?
stars make that in a half. Like if you a bench player, you like, yeah, that 500K means something. But if you
Yeah.
a superstar, you like, I just made that just like in the first quarter. Like some of them literally made that in the first quarter, 500,000, literally. Like with it's not figure, literally. A couple of these dudes have made that much in the first quarter. Just
Yeah.
by
From Lindy Waters, Kelly Olynyk, Keldon Johnson, Luke Cornetti. I want that.
looking
Carter Bryant. Yeah, I need that money. I
at the
need
house
that.
is the house is getting renovated.
Well, yeah, man. Excellent ball, and I can't wait till Tuesday, 8 Central for the NBA Cup Finals. Um, Again, it takes place in Las Vegas. Everyone should tune in. Um, Now, on the news, Chris Paul has
Yikes.
been sent home from the LA Clippers uh, due to differences. That's what the team president is saying. So I want to open the floor to some of the things you were telling me with this Chris Paul ordeal and how you feel about it.
Well, when we first heard about this, we actually did a show, I think, right after it happened, I think.
We
Um,
did.
so what I have learned since then is what I actually had said, just not knowing really a lot about it on the last show. I was saying that Chris Paul, you can't talk to Kawhi any kind of way and expect to stay on the team. And when I did research later on, as time progressed, I found out essentially that it was partly some of that. It was him getting on players, particularly Kawhi. It was him getting on the front office. It was him getting on some of the coaches about defensive strategies and stuff like that. I actually had an incident where Chris Paul actually told a younger player that he should try to do this instead of that on after Jeff Van Gundy had called a specific defensive um, um, play for them, and Jeff basically came to his face and told him straight up, dude, you ain't got leeway like that. You not, New Orleans Creek Chris Paul. You not, Loud City Chris Paul. You can't be coming in here making changes. And Chris is pretty much calling it on the floor, and you got coaches that's not on the floor that don't see and feel exactly what players are feeling and seeing on the court. So I feel like it was a clash. But on the other coin of that, on the other side of the coin, Chris Paul is someone that everybody knows has been this player and this particular type of guy his whole career. So the Clippers knew what they was getting. I essentially thought that they picked him up for this reason, so somebody can get in Kawhi ear and tell him that get on your thing or whatever. I'm here. I got your back. You ain't got to worry about taking off because I'm gonna relieve you of some of that stress. So I essentially thought that's what this was going to be, but he's too soft, man. I'm just gonna call it, man. He's too soft, man. He can't talk to nothing. punk ass niggas, man. I'm gonna just keep it real. These dudes is punks. You can't talk. You can't say nothing to none of these new dudes, bro. You tell Kevin Durant. You can go down the line. LeBron, everybody. As soon as you say something, they get all sensitive and want to be in the media. Why you say this about me? I appreciate the way he was talking to me, cause my mama don't even talk to me like that. Man, go on with all that, man. Like I think it's essential to have a player like Chris Paul every single team like that. OG, veteran player that's going to get in that can get at the superstar that can reach him somehow where the coach can't reach him. And I feel like it's part of the reason why we don't see that around the league is because of this. Because you can't keep it 100 with these players because they so freaking sensitive, and it's kind of like maddening because you're taking it, and if you're Chris Paul and you're looking at Kawhi, you're saying I can see you taking nights off if we're over 500, but we're under 500 and you're taking nights off. And not only when you do play, you're not even playing like the player that we're paying 200 and some $1 million to.
Right. Right.
So why would I feel like I should hold back? I'm off 10-time All-Star. I done been to the finals and stuff. Yeah, I ain't win it, but I've been a leader and I've shown that by the way I lead, it helps the team. So if I'm in Kawhi ear, you would think some players would be like, okay, I hear what you're saying. Let me step it up a little bit. But when you come to players like him and stuff, you can't say these type of things because you end up a free agent. Essentially. Because they looking at it like, dude, you 40, you ain't you, so F you, peace out. Like that's where they at with it. And that's the problem with the league. That's why essentially it's only 4 teams that's good. And the rest of the league is just like, okay, because everybody just gets to do what they want and play how they want and say what they want, do what they want. And ain't nobody like on them about the things that they need to do. Like even with the Luka thing. It should have never got to the point where the Mavericks was concerned with him and his weight. It should have been somebody there be like, bruh, take your ass to the damn gym. No beers tonight after the game. It should have been somebody who can come to him and say that. And I feel like teams are lacking these type of players across the league. And I feel like sometimes having them type of dudes on your team can be a win or a loss. What's up, Rock?
Mm. So last season, the Clippers finished fourth overall with a record of 51-31. This year, the Clippers are sitting in 14th spot with a record of 6 wins, 14 losses. If we're losing like that, which Chris Paul has never in his career been on a losing team, especially this early on, not like this. And you have a vet that's accustomed to winning. Every team Chris Paul's been on, they win. They win. They do well during the regular season. He knows how to win. And he's trying to relate some of that information to your other stars, James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, Collins. Why in the hell would you get in his way? He know what we
You
give a
know,
certain leeway to players that have an exceptional talent. Chris Paul no longer has that, but he has exceptional wisdom. He has exceptional knowledge. He's been here before. He's been in these situations. He's guarded some of these players. He's played with Paul, Bron, and Steph, and some of the greats. He knows how to win. So if he's telling you something, it should hold weight. You should adhere to what he's saying and actually apply it. Some of the highlights we were seeing, Kawhi Leonard playing off on some of the stars. Playing last day school. Yeah, James Harden, you ain't missed a game, but your defense is still what it's been. Zubac, like you were in contention for defensive player of the year. What's going on now? However, Lawrence Frank is the team president, and he's taking the blame for this. And I think that his decision making should be indicted because he's
Oh,
also the guy who let Norman Powell
well,
go and
been
thought
top.
that Bradley Beal could replace a Norman Powell.
He's been the worst GM the last 5 years in the
I think
NBA.
that's fair to say. I think that's fair to say.
From
Um,
from like in-house things that he's done and said to the actual trades and the type of trades and where he has left the Clippers so far as being able to make good trades and sign other players. He has essentially let the players control their destiny, and you let a player who essentially isn't even reliable, just control who comes and who goes on the team. So, like, at some man, I feel like GMs have to have that Pat Riley, mentality. Like coaches, maybe you can bend a little, but GMs got to be like, bro, why are you calling me? This is
mm,
not. This ain't your job. Your job is to put the ball in the hole. Leave me the hell alone. Let me worry about making these trades and doing this stuff. You play basketball. You can mention to me, hey, whatchamacallit, a free agent. Okay, well, I'll look into that. Thank you. Go bye. Like you have to have a line where you draw things, or because but for the last decade, we've seen players making decisions on teams, including LeBron, bringing people in from the Westbrook trade and things like that. It's not a good look when you have teams like Presti with Thunder and stuff, where the GM is the end all be all, and he says what goes and what he said when he sees as something that's beneficial makes the team better. Because you don't really hear too many times where you hear Presti's somebody said something in his ear and he went and got this guy because this guy wanted this guy. He pretty much makes his team the way he wants to make his team. I feel like GMs need to have that cutoff mark. Like, okay, you missing this dude that you like. All right, I appreciate it. We'll look into it. But if you send him in these ultimatums, like if you don't get him, I'm gonna cut. Like, all right.
yeah. So Pop was like, I feel like their look is this is not your team type ish. So I guess he's relaying that like to Chris Paul. Want to send a message to Chris Paul like this is not your team. I and
It is
I,
though.
right. He put on a Clippers uniform. He's going up in the rafters for the
Like for
Clippers.
real. Like
Like this
the new
is
age Clippers that we know is because of CP3. The
in
fact
Lob City.
been talking about the Clippers at all in any sense of being a good team in this last decade or more, it's because of CP3. Like, let's keep it 100. Like, Lob City changed the game. Like, for real, for real. It made basketball, that team made basketball fun to watch. Like, for real. Like
Right.
people tuned in, whether they was losing or not, to see Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan put people on infinite posters. Like that's what it was about. And so the reason why Ballmer bought the team is because of CP3. If we keep it in 100, like he made the team marketable enough to make Kawhi come over there and make him something because he wasn't trying to go play with LeBron and with the Lakers. So like I'll go play with the Clippers, and they've been marketable enough to put them back on the map, and they still in LA. So like it's all because of CP3. Like
So
or read some of the comments. Read some of the comments.
So BBM asks, why hasn't CP3 won a chip yet? Well,
Injury.
CP3 and the Clippers ran up against the Warriors, that
Yeah,
Warriors dynasty.
he played in the wrong era because he played in the era with Kobe. He played in the era with the Warriors. Injuries mostly. That Houston team probably would have beat the Warriors if he don't pull his hamstring. But mostly injuries. I feel like a lot of injuries, even if it was not him and other players on his team that were key to them winning, it's always been something, And with the most confusing one is the Phoenix one, because I don't know where they just dropped off a cliff in the finals. Like I don't know what the hell happened to them in the finals. Like for real, for real.
Shit, Giannis happened to him, man. That,
Oh, but I'm
that
saying no, but like they have been whooping teams like that team all season, and it's just like I don't know. They just had an incredible. Well, I mean, really, it wasn't. Giannis did his thing, but Holiday was wrapping fools up though.
he was. It's just you can't forget that 51 ball.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, I mean no. Giannis was the MVP, but I'm talking about it took more than him to beat them. It wasn't like he did it all by himself.
oh, facts,
You know
facts.
what I'm saying? All I'm saying is it was a lot of good ass defense and on key players like Chris and stuff. But like I said, Chris fell off the cliff in that series. So like for real, it was like almost like he was nervous, and it could have been because it was his first time actually making it to the finals after going through all them trials and tribulations, and he was slightly kind of injured going into that finals. So like mostly injuries, timing, that Laker trade that didn't go
Yeah,
through
that didn't go through. That's
that,
right.
that was essential to his career. That literally changed the trajectory of his career. Because if we make that trade, Chris Paul probably second best point guard ever.
Green's 37. Denny, most improved. I believe you're talking about Denny Vija from the Portland Trailblazers. That boy is balling. I'm also looking at Jalen Johnson over for the Atlanta Hawks, the cat that had like 41 points and 16 rebounds with 11 assists. But Denny Vija is a great pick for most improved. Did you have any suggestions for most improved, big bro?
Most improved, most improved. Jalen Suggs.
Jalen Suggs, Orlando Magic.
Yeah,
Um,
uh,
hard nosed guard.
that dude's been balling his ass off. And these last, you know what I'm saying, he's the reason why he's essentially was the main reason why they even played New York in that last game. Because the last, 10 games, Orlando been killing. And he's been the head of the snake.
Mm. Um, and then other message.
And one more thing, they really go according to how he played, too. As much as I love Pablo, Orlando goes by how Jalen goes.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And Green's 37, Chris Paul and Kobe Bryant rumors of teaming up would they have won a championship.
Yeah, no, I just said if that
You
particular team, if you put Chris Paul, Kobe, and Powell on the same team, or well, I think it might have even been Dwight at that time, because I think he might have went instead of Steve Nash. What are we talking about?
that,
Dwight back would have been healthy than a motherfucker.
yeah, there was a reason why that trade was vetoed because that just would have been not fair, man. You put
But
Kobe and Chris and what was it, Dwight Howard
and
after
what happened 2 years later, 3 years later? LeBron and D Wade and Chris Bosh, man, that was some fake shit. That was fake. That was a weak move by the league. And really it was mostly because the league was controlling New Orleans because the team was in limbo because they had just lost their GM. So essentially, the NBA was controlling whatever happens with the New Orleans Hornets at that particular time. So they could. That's why it was easy for them to veto because they had all control to with all transactions to New Orleans. Had they had a GM, and the NBA couldn't have interfered. So that was a weak move, man. That was a
that
weak
was what was the NBA owner name
uh
before the
Stern was the owner at the time.
yeah Stern. So yeah, David Stern
And really it was
vetoed that.
Cleveland's coach. It was really Cleveland's coach that was bitching about the stuff. You know what I'm saying? Mad because he felt like that it was gonna be unfair. But you end up getting two first picks in the draft, just got clear blue sky and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like weird that he had the pull that he did because essentially he was the main one, and he damn near did a petition like to get other owners on the train to say to help veto the trade. And y'all can look that up, man. You know what I'm saying? I know that was like one of the trades I wanted to see happen for real because I was ready because I'm a point guard and Chris Paul is right, you know what I'm saying, in the pocket of the type of player that I like to see win. So I wanted to see him play with Kobe just to see if Kobe can run the table again too, because you know he baby Jordan, so of course he got love for me from me. So if I would have seen, I would have loved to see him then win 3 in a row. Cause I felt like at that particular pocket of time, it was nobody would have been better than the Lakers for that next couple of years if they get Chris Paul and Dwight. That would have been crazy.
And that would have also propelled Dwight into a different atmosphere too. That's one of the
Yeah, for
greatest
sure.
big men ever because
Yeah,
he had
he's
already won like what 4
yeah,
back-to-back defensive players of the year.
yeah. He would have been for sure in the top 75. Right, that's like he would have been first ballot top 75.
So, oh, before I go into the next subject, we got one more comment. Dell Dempsey was there, but the league owned the team. They didn't want to have New Orleans without a star. The Lakers wasn't giving up nothing but Odom and something else. I think they would have had to give up one of the big three.
No, it was more than that. That trade was a good trade, and it was more than Odom. That's why the trade was about to happen because it was draft picks. It was other things that was about to unfold that would have helped New Orleans become a better team later. So that's not actually just who they were trying to give up. He was a part of the trade, yes, but it was like a three-way. It was like a three-team trade or something like that. It was about to be the reason why it was about to happen because it was about to be a good trade for everybody.
Mm. Um, but the Lakers would have for sure run the league
Oh, it
for
would be,
for
of
years to
course,
come.
Lakers would have been the person that would have turned out the best. But down the road, if the Lakers don't become these people, Dwight does get hurt, Kobe does get hurt. The New Orleans and then pick up the draft picks from the teams they would have got in the third, from the third, it was in the third team that was part of the trade. You feel me?
Mm. So, trade market, man. The NBA trade market opens up tomorrow on December 15th and goes through February 5th, Thursday, February 5th, 2026. Teams can officially start trading on tomorrow. And this is actually the reason why Chris Paul hadn't been actually cut or released. They just
Yeah.
sent him home. But tomorrow they can officially cut or release him, and he can go and sign with another team during his last year in the NBA if other teams are interested. Um, there's been a lot of talk about one, Anthony Davis, two, Giannis, but three, I kind of want to open this up with Jonathan Kuminga. Now, y'all know I'm a Warriors guy. I'm a Warriors fan. Um, and Jonathan Kuminga has had now three uh, DNPs, CDs, do not play his coach's decision. Um, after coming back and announcing himself as fully healthy. Um, dude, this whole time, it looked like Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, our big three in Golden State has been showcasing Jonathan Kuminga's talent. Now, I thought it was from a standpoint of we want this guy here. We want to have this guy on the roster and be a part of the team this whole time. And I truly believe that. But one could look at it as we want to show y'all what this guy is to boost his trade value to get something in return. And T Streets, sorry, dog, but I'm looking at Trey Murphy over in New Orleans. And I would love Jonathan Kuminga, Trey Murphy trade where maybe y'all get Moody, Kuminga, Pods, and we get Trey Murphy in return.
The best trade
Um,
there right now is a sack trade. That's the
South
best.
trade, who?
They get Sabonis and
The bonus.
who did he say? Sabonis and I think there was some draft picks involved or something like that. But
Mm-hmm.
that's what the Warriors need. They need somebody to help Draymond on the back end so he can run free and mess with everybody. That's what they need. They need somebody that can, like, he's not really, Sabonis isn't a shot block threat, but it gives Draymond time to get back into the play. You know what I'm saying? Which is also part of basketball too. Sometimes your big man doesn't necessarily have to be a shot block threat, but if he
Yeah.
can let the defensive the real defensive player come and help when it's time to shoot, that actually helps. So he gives guards pause when they go to the hole because he's so big and he's a big body there. Then on the other end, he's a freaking all-star. And what we talking about? 20 and 10, guaranteed. He's basically a younger, more athletic version of Bogut. And we see what Bogut did for the Warriors. I like that trade. I think that's a trade they should do. Sacramento's trying to blow up their team anyway. So I think that he should go over there and just, do what he need to do. And in the background, Sacramento wants him and Kaminga wants to go to Sacramento. So
Mhm.
I actually like to see that trade. I like Sabonis with the word Sabonis. Think about that. Sabonis, Draymond Green, Jimmy Butler, if they keep Hill or whoever, you can stick whoever the hell you want at shooting guard. And then Steph Curry. So, I would, what we talking about? That's like instant Western Conference Finals at the least, finals at the best.
Okay. All right. Yeah. And I wouldn't be mad at that at all if we was to land Domantas Sabonis. I really wouldn't. Like you said, guaranteed 20 and 10 guy. And tough as nails. Tough as nails. I think him and Draymond have something to talk about that first day, him getting to the Bay. But
But
after
you
that,
know
he'll be
how
okay.
Draymond is. Well, when he cuts you out, once you're a teammate, it's like, come here. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean to kick you,
I didn't mean to kick you. Yeah. I didn't mean to
You
step
know,
on
you're
your
my
chest,
boy. I
man.
always thought you was a good player. The team.
Hey, let me wipe your chest off. Let me get
I
that
know.
dirt off your chest. Let
I know
me.
you was about that. I know I called your woman a slut. It don't matter. I like her now. I like her.
Yeah, I would not mind Domantas Sabonis, but I was looking at Trey Murphy because we have a real problem guarding the athletic young guards of the, especially that's in the Western Conference. So Herb Jones, Trey Murphy, those kind of guys, and if we were to make a trade with Sacramento, I would also try to land Twin. Um, I can't remember his name right now. His name eludes me, but their stretch. Well, no, they're three. I can't remember his freaking name. I'll think about it later. Um, what was the comment earlier about Giannis?
Giannis being on the trade market.
Yeah,
Zion ain't on the market. Nobody want him.
Giannis is the big free agent fish this year, and dominoes will fall after him. So yeah, so we got to address that. There's been rumors ever since last year, honestly, but big time this year that Giannis wants out of Milwaukee. And from what I've seen, the NBA media uh, seconds that. They agree that Giannis should leave and would be well within his right to leave. And folks who more so welcome Giannis leaving the Milwaukee Bucks because they don't see them doing anything else. But I do want to point out that the Milwaukee Bucks did do a lot to try to make sure Giannis stays with the signing of Drew Holiday and actually winning the ring. The signing of Damian Lillard, the signing of Miles Turner, like Milwaukee, that's how you GM. That's what most stars want. I want you to go out and bring me some talent for me to work with so I can try to win. Now, Giannis did come out or Doc Rivers came out and flatly denied that Giannis asked for a trade. And so did Giannis. He didn't say, I think out his mouth, he didn't say that he asked for a trade. However, on record, there are documents showing that Giannis' team going back and forth with the New York Knicks over the summer about Giannis being traded to the New York Knicks. Now, I don't think Milwaukee wanted this to happen. I don't think Milwaukee Bucks welcomed this, but Giannis' team did make an attempt to try to get him to New York. Do you think that was Giannis doing, or do you think they were acting on their own?
I think everybody is acting on their own. Giannis doesn't really want to leave. He just wants Milwaukee to get good. Unfortunately, he stays in Milwaukee. Like, just keep it a bean. Like, Milwaukee is Milwaukee because of Giannis. Have
Yeah,
Giannis Milwaukee be freaking Milwaukee. Who would freaking care about Milwaukee if we keep it at 100? No offense to Milwaukee. Just keeping it real. Y'all are somewhere like y'all might as well be on in Mars if y'all don't have Giannis. If we keeping it real, they're a relevant team that's relevant because of the player that we're talking about right now. That's why it's hard to get players that are really good. You need players that um, that are willing to set aside being in the big market to come and play with a player like Giannis. And that's hard to do when it's all type of money floating out here and teams are being willing to just drop you at any point. You want to try to make as much money as you can, and if you're in a big market as you can. So you want to put yourself in these places so you can get as much money for generational wealth. Being in the small market hurts you for real. Essentially, if we're talking about shoe deals, commercials, things like that, so he just stays in a place that is hard to get somebody that of greatness to come play next to him. Dane Willard, um, if he could have stayed healthy, they might have had a chance, but he couldn't stay healthy. And it was also hard to build a team around two players that's making 200 million a year. I mean, 200 million on their contract. So it was hard to build around that too. So he just got unlucky and got a Dame Willard that was on his downslide, and they weren't able to essentially to do anything together. But really, he has the curse of the small market, man. That's all that is, and it's kind of like messed up because you want to see players like him who want to really stay where they're at, finish out where they're at. But if you want to be great, you got to go to these places where they come see you at, man. And you got to go to these places where they put you on TV, and that's essentially what he's going through. I feel bad for him.
yeah. So Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's just made 31 years old. He's somewhat at this point injury prone in his career. He's making about 60 million a year. So any teams are interested in Giannis. Don't get it twisted at all. But any team that's interested in him is going to almost have to almost they're going to have to nearly gut their roster in order to land someone like Giannis. He's on. This is the last year of his guaranteed contract. Next year, it's a team option, and the following year is a player option. So what I'm hearing is that they don't want him to leave and they get nothing in return. That's why it's such a big conversation right now, because if they wait till next year, there is a possibility that he can leave and that team not getting anything in return. So, and I misspoke earlier. He has a player option next season, the 26-27 season. So
The team option, I'm the team. I'm gonna say
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I messed up. I misspoke. Next year he has a player option. So they don't want him to be able to leave and they not receive anything in return. So
I like the trade that T Street was saying in the Lakers thing with AR and Rui or somebody like that. AR and I'll give up Aiton. I don't care. Keeping it real. Bye, DeAndre. It's been a nice few months. I'm
um, the T Streets, the grades are made for big markets. That's been proven throughout the years. He's done all he could for Milwaukee. Um,
Yeah, he has really. He brought him a championship. There's no getting better than that in the small market. There's
yeah,
no. It's almost like what SGA is doing for Oklahoma City. They're never going to be higher and more worth more than what they are right now as finals champions for real.
mm.
Because after SGA, nobody's going to know who the hell OKC is.
If they owner got something to say about it, man, they about to be
I mean,
irrelevant for
the way
the
they
next
ordered
20 years, bro.
with almost outside of SGA because he got traded there. Name another superstar that he has created. He hasn't had. He traded for somebody that was in a big market. to come to his team. But he hasn't created no superstars outside the first iteration of the Oklahoma City team.
I mean, but that's a young franchise. They've only been around for the birth of Kevin Durant's career, and then
Well,
they went into
all
the
I'm saying is that Oklahoma City don't make stars. They bring people there. Well, they make stars in a sense of if they get somebody who's already on an upward trajectory, they know how to put pieces around them to make them better. You get what
oh
I'm saying?
yeah,
That's what Presti's good at. But just homegrown superstars, like, man,
yeah. That's I would like. So, folks is asking how can Giannis get to the Lakers?
appreciate
That's
it.
honestly that's all people want to know. How can Giannis get to the Lakers? Giannis had the request to go to the Lakers, but would you want to do that? Would you want to go play with Luka Doncic essentially? Because yeah, like to your point earlier, you have to give up Austin Reeves, you have to give up Rui, you have to give up
When he
multiple draft
put
picks.
Giannis, Luca, and LeBron on the team, conversation over.
Conversation over.
Conversation over.
They have a defender then.
Con- Conversations over. If you blow past if you blow past Luca, you got LeBron and Giannis. Conversation is over.
See, that's a good thought. Don's hope. Oh, this by T Trees, by the way. That's a good thought, Don's. How long has SGA stayed in OKC before big markets and home Toronto come calling? Um, well, T Trees, they got him locked up for an additional 5 years.
He ain't going nowhere until he die. Okay, he gonna be
They,
a
they
legend in OKC. They will never trade him unless he fell off a cliff.
OKC did something that I think owners should do. Uh, they were smart about it. They didn't hesitate to pay their star players. They didn't hesitate to lock down a big three after they won that championship. And right before, SGA got a huge contract, Chet got a huge contract, and J Dub got a huge contract. They all make over 200 million.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't going nowhere. they like playing with pause. They actually like playing together. They and as I was explaining to my brother earlier before the show, they got two first round draft picks in this
Yeah,
upcoming draft,
yeah,
and it's not their own. It's I want to say it's like the Utah Jazz and the Clippers
yeah,
first round draft picks.
yeah,
They can possibly get H.A. Devonsa or
yeah.
one of the other great talents that's coming up
Yeah.
this year. This is
And
going to
even
be a
if they
generational
don't,
draft.
they got capital to go get a Giannis or somebody like that, and the room to where they can pay him. Like,
Yeah, they have two very attractive first round draft picks. They
mm,
can actually they can go land another NBA star.
because if I was Giannis, you want to win the next 3 championships? Hi, OKC.
That'd be crazy. That'll break the NBA. You thought Kevin Durant
Man,
broke the
we already
NBA?
done
This will
did
break
that.
the
We
NBA.
already done did that. So we all don't be mad. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. Warriors already broke it. So don't
That's
be
what I'm
mad.
saying. You thought
I,
Kevin Durant broke the NBA?
I would love to see that just to see Giannis go. Like I would love to see it. I would love to see it. I would give up Chet and whoever the hell else to get Giannis and SGA on the same team. Are you? What
Insane.
are we talking about, bruh? Oh, 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 oh my God! SGA and Giannis on the same team, and if we happen to keep Chet or Jalen with the William, oh Lord Jesus.
That's crazy because that's what I would actually if I'm the Bucks, J Dub would actually be a very attractive
Both of them,
trade.
Chet or J Dub, because Chet is coming into his own.
Chet already had a major injury. J Dub, he's younger, he's a little bit younger, and in his own
But
situation, he's a
win
star.
though. They still would need somebody a bigger dude. Like they would need somebody like a Chet instead of a J Dub though.
They got
So
Miles Turner. If J Dub and them two first round draft picks,
I forgot about they do have Miles Turner and they do and they got
yeah.
him. So yeah, maybe. But Giannis, make the phone call, bro. You see this episode?
I don't
Call
want to see that
call
kid.
your agent,
I don't
bro.
wanna-
Get me an OKC Playboy.
I'm
We
already
talking
afraid I'm
about.
going to see.
I'm running out like bad boys. I'm running out of fingers. I'm running out of fingers. I'm
Not
running out of
two,
fingers.
not three, not four,
Not
not six.
five. Like, yeah, and that speech might actually come to pass.
Bruh, yeah. We're already
They
trying
already have only two.
to, we already,
You
I am
put Giannis on
already,
the team with two losses. Like, come on, bro.
I'm,
Like,
I'm already trying to call the cops on OKC. I'm already trying to
you
tell
know who
Trump
else
to,
was
to
making
do
the phone
something.
call with I was just looking. Dallas.
Okay, explain that one.
AD, since we gonna go there anyway.
Yeah, we got to talk about AD.
AD to Milwaukee, and
Mm-hmm.
AD and to anybody the hell else. I don't care. Send whoever. I don't care, except for the young white boy Cooper. Like you know what I'm saying. Anybody else with AD to Milwaukee for Giannis
So
finals.
yeah, Anthony Davis has been rumored to be on the trade market as well. Now Dallas is in a tricky situation because AD is, quite frankly, is on a bad contract. He's slotted to be up for contract extension. Rich Paul already went and barged into the office, the Dallas office, to ask what are y'all gonna be doing? What are y'all doing with my guy AD? Um, T Street has made a
Secret.
comment: Dallas or AD can't get mentioned without saying, "Oh, Dallas or AD can't be mentioned without saying they gave up on Luca." Ooh, yeah, Nico Harrison
Oh man,
caught the axe for that, buddy.
oh that's crazy.
Yeah, the situation that Dallas is in is bad, man. Just there's no getting around it. They're in a bad
Okay,
situation.
so I'm calling it. Nico is like, I hate this dude, bro. You, you want Luca? I'm gonna do. Don't tell nobody. I'm gonna give him 2 years for 80 old street clothes wearing ass. I don't care. They gonna fire me anyway. They don't. It don't
Don't
matter.
fire me anyway.
They, they was gonna fire me even if I kept Luca. So look, you look. I'm gonna give you Luca, right? Make y'all great. You give me AD, and I'm gonna bounce. All right, we good with that? I'll take the heat, no problem. Good job. All right, you know what I'm saying. So yeah,
Good job.
I'm like, y'all didn't know I was Laker fan. Now you at the house, you like, you don't see this Laker closet? you know, you don't see Magic jersey over there?
He got a number 8 Kobe jersey hanging up in his closet.
Like, fuck Dallas. Fuck y'all niggas. Man, I'm getting rid of this white boy. Peace. You know what I'm saying? I don't care, y'all. Y'all gonna fire me any goddamn way. Shit. Peace. You know what I'm saying? I'm still rich, bitch. So it don't matter.
AD is starting to make 76 million. That's a 37-year-old. If they don't go ahead and trade Anthony
Quit
Davis,
saying people age. You can't say that no more when you be talking about LeBron age in the good light. It don't matter how old they is.
bullshit. The winning teams, the ones that we're afraid of in this era they're all young, young, tall, and running. Can shoot, pass, and dribble. The Detroit Pistons, the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Spurs, the young guns. Those and Denver. Denver's still young. All their superstars 27, 28 years old.
Mhm.
These are the teams we're afraid of. This is the movement right now. Get young, get tall, and get you 5 players that can all pass, dribble, and shoot the ball.
Mhm.
they don't fit the mold, man. They don't fit the mold. And I think that's what Nico thought he was doing. Kyrie Irving, Klay Thompson, Christie, Cooper Flag, Anthony Davis, uh, they're centers, both of them actually. Get young
I'm saying
and
I give up Gafford and AD and somebody else for Giannis. If I was Dallas, they need to make the phone call, man. Like for real. Like I'll give up somebody, Brandon Williams, somebody, D'Angelo non-passing ass. Somebody can go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Milwaukee finna blow up that team after they lose Giannis anyway. So you can take that bad contract for a year and get rid of his punk ass, and he can end up back like Street said, he can end up back in LA for cheap. To go play with LeBron. You know what I'm saying? And him and Aiden can be next to each other. He can finally play power forward like he wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Next to LeBron. And they can go do that. Like, you know what I mean? So I think Dallas should make the phone call. OKC, Dallas, Warriors. Just man, it's Giannis, man. I'm giving up the
yeah,
boat. I'm giving up the boat. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Jimmy, love you. That's Giannis, dog. That's Giannis, dog. Like, Draymond, love you, bro. But that's Giannis, bro. Like, you know what
20,
I'm saying? Like, you keep it
I,
100.
I'd
You know
be surprised if 29 teams ain't made a phone call to the Milwaukee Bucks. I'd be surprised.
no,
Be surprised if it's only
I'm
27.
I'm guessing that doesn't happen. That's why it's such a big thing in the news right now because everybody's like, "What? Giannis? What? You said Trey? Who? What? What? Huh? Huh? You want my team? Do you want my team?
I'll give you part ownership of the Golden
Yeah,
State
like for real. You
Warriors.
want to pay this nigga? What you need? For real. They like, come on, man. I need Giannis, man. Come on, man.
Oh
Come on,
man,
man. Talking like come on, man. Give me Giannis, man. Am I late for the free? Am I late for the free trade for Giannis?
T Streets, Lakers and Warriors should aim for Giannis and land upon KD if they can't get him. Win is a win. Anthony Davis, Anthony Davis is on a bad contract. Is what I was trying to say from the jump. He has a bad contract.
Yeah,
He he uh he
but
showed that he can
doesn't
play.
it like work out evenly with Giannis' contract if they trade though?
Uh, you talking about Giannis and AD?
Yeah,
If they play easily?
they traded like pretty
The
much
money,
cancel each other out.
the money works. The problem is AD.
Well, I mean, if
We
you're
don't.
Milwaukee and you finna not get nothing anyway, I would take a risk if I can get somebody else that's next to him that I can actually build something off of, and then I can get rid of AD. But then we might get a good AD. We never know. You might get an AD that actually might show up. Bullshit, but I'm saying it might happen.
No, no, that's the problem. We don't know what AD we're going to get. AD, when he came back his last time from his injury, he dropped like 35. Then in the very next game,
I
he had
like
like eight
Clay.
points.
All right, Streets. You talking about language. Clay, man, shut up, see, Streets. I was just messing with you. You know them both of them niggas old as dirt. Man, we ain't gonna take two old niggas now. God damn.
So yeah, the money wise, it worked. But if I'm Milwaukee, I want a promising young player like a Jonathan Kuminga, and I want three, four, five first round draft picks. That's what I want for Giannis.
But
It's gonna-
what planet do you live on where you think you finna get 3, 4, 5 draft picks? Only 14, 2 teams that got that many damn draft picks.
So you would have to include a third team in whatever transaction you're doing, unless your name is Oklahoma City.
Like you gotta be Oklahoma City because they got the most draft capital and actual players that can essentially, you know what I'm saying? But money has to be right. So they would have to trade somebody in the upper echelon of the money bracket in order to bring them to. So, you know, with all the draft picks they got, that's cool. But if they ain't got the money to match, they still end up leaving them in the hole without draft picks and money.
So that's what I'm saying.
Would have to pull a Jalen or Chet or somebody, throw them in there, plus somebody else, plus the draft picks, in order for them to make that work with money. You know what I'm saying? But I see we a little bit past the hour, and so I would like to, you know what I'm saying, say to everybody, we just left it on the court. I like to thank everybody on the panel that came in and, you know what I'm saying, had something to say. Streets, BBM, everybody, Sky, everybody who joined the panel, Pac, everybody. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. We really do. Bro, you know, I love you, man. You know what
Oh,
I'm
you
saying?
too, brother.
Talking to you, man. You know what I'm saying? Doing shows with you has been great. And everybody go to that YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share. Make sure you cop your merch, man. We still got this merch out here, man. Come get you your That's Game shirt. Also, check us out every Sunday right here at 4 o'clock on Instagram Live. Check us out on TikTok. Check us out on Facebook. Check us out everywhere, man. So until next week on Sunday at 4, man. That's game.
That's game.
Better know it. Better know it. Better know it. Better